speed. Okay. Alright, time for the official start for the video to begin. In 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, and today we are... Now some of you, my usual Twitch followers, may be wondering, you know, Minda, what are you doing and what the hell is this? Well, what this is Doki Doki Literature Club. It is a free game on Steam, and that's really all I know about it, to be honest. Well, that's not quite all about it. It's like, I guess it's a dating sim, I think. But anyway, the reason why I'm playing this is because, while chatting with some of my friends over on a Discord server, a couple of them started playing it because it's free and it's on Steam, so why not, I guess. And this is, I'm just going to quote the exact reaction they had while they were playing this on this over Discord. This shit is getting too real, yo. Followed by, about 5 minutes later, nope, 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 fuck this game, nope, nope, this isn't fun anymore, fuck this shit, I'm out, nobody play this game, oh my god, seriously, nope, fuck. And then they continued playing the game. So, with a recommendation like that, how could I resist? And yes, yes, chat, I am indeed playing DDLC, Doki Doki Literature Club. And yeah, we're just gonna go into this blind. So far, the only thing I've seen in the game is the warning that comes up when you first boot up the game saying, if you are easily disturbed, you probably don't want to play this game. So that's ominous. So we're just gonna jump right in and see what happens. Please enter your name. I'll go with Minda. The classic. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Yeah, I think I get that. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and stay in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Let me just double check something. Is this one? Yes, this is correct still. Ah! I overslept again. Classic anime. I think I'm gonna just stop reading the dialogue because this is gonna get embarrassing if I keep doing it. I caught you this time. It's like, I'll read my own dialogue though. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. That's mean, Minda. Yes, I am a mean, mean man. At least I think I'm a man. I haven't seen myself in this game yet. Well, people stare at you for acting weird, and I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. Sounds a little quiet? Okay, we can crank up the volume. Does that sound better? Alright. But you did wait for me after all. Yes, I did, because I'm nice. Don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Aw. Whatever you say, Sayori. Oh, I'm too quiet? Okay, I can crank that up too. Okay. Test, test, test. Let's see if this helps at all. Okay. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Minda, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? Told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. Hope you would join a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible I did in one of our conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by in the average while spending my free time on games and anime. So you're behind worry that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Happiness is really important to me, you know. Who talks like this? Whatever. I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. Look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. At least promise you'll try a little? I guess I'll promise. See, I wonder if by any chance the literature club will catch my eye. Don't know what would make me think of the literature club in the game titled Doki Doki Literature Club. Alright. Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Yeah, seeing her worry so much about me makes me ease her mind a little bit. Makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. School day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. I've had that feeling before. Clubs. Deuce. Sorry. Last Homestuck reference, I promise. Probably not. Who am I kidding? Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Would that be the literature club by any chance? Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Rude. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. What a surprise. Not that I was ever aware that she'd had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since he was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she showed cunning as to planned this out all along. Let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. A way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Yes, hello, King Boo. Welcome to the stream. We are playing this game because somebody recommended it by way of emotional trauma. So, this is what we're doing now. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Ta-da! Everyone, the new member is here! Yay! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a Girl 1. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Alright. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? What's wrong with boys? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Minda, what a nice surprise. Oh, well, Girl 3 knows me. That's interesting. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Ah, good grief. What are you looking at? Boobs. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say things like that. Aw. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Yeah, it sounds like you already know Monica. Monica? Is that right? That's right. Monica. It's great to see you again, Minda. Monica smiles slightly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me is so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. This is the first decision. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little excited. How about I make some tea as well? Yes, tea sounds lovely. Tea and cupcakes. Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Let's put one. Take a seat next to Sarah. Oh, you're not going to make me choose? This is not the first decision point to choose the best girl? Natsuki proudly saunters back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Yeah? Aw. Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. That's adorable. So cute. Cat cakes. Cupcats. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Ah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icy on her face. Turning the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Aw, somebody has a crush. Cupcats. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? It's not like I like you or anything. made them for you or anything. Well, although you technically did. Well, maybe. But now for, you know. Okay. Alright. Gave up on the weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri turns to the table carrying a tea set. Carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. No, that's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. Aw. I meant that... No. Aw. She's all embarrassed now. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. The weird string thing in Natsuki's hair. Well, she's not on screen right now, so I'll have to take a look at that later. Monica, so what made you consider the literature club? My best friend from college strong-armed me into it with the promise of cupcakes. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sarah really seemed happy here, so... Yeah, it's okay, don't be embarrassed. Make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, it's just going to be more drama. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Okay, yeah, that's true. I remember the club life politics get... some bad memories of those. Feels like nothing about arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. That sounds nice. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Good for you. Yeah, that's necessary. Yuri also nods in agreement. Surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new one. Yeah, you could put it that way. Although, like, if she was president of the debate club last year, wouldn't that mean that, like, this is, like, the first meeting of the club? I mean, this can't have been around for too long if she was busy with the debate club last year. Not many people are interested in putting all the effort into starting something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Then it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we'll really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know... Yeah, that, like... It's like the ribbons around her, like, tying off her pigtails are fine, but she's got, like, one bang that's just wrapped up in a weird cross knot. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Okay, Cat, what are you doing? Alright. Here. Hey. Are you just gonna lay down there? Is that what you're doing? That's fine if that's what you're gonna do, but... needed to settle down one way or the other. Yep, we have Koshak, not in appearance, but okay, now you're just... Koshak decided to lay down right on top of my mouse pad, so there you go. And you do. Here. I need that space. There, let's sit there. There you go. Good kitty. Alright. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. What kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. On go. Mother quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head perks up. Yay! She wants to say something but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Yuri knows what's up. Anyway, what about you? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the whim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep in complex fantasy worlds. Can I interest you in Homestuck? The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing too. Can I interest you in Homestuck? And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious from the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things, like Homestuck. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? That is a fun thing about literature, is that, like, you can't see what's happening, and that allows for some fun reveals if the author is good enough. Yuri should read the Wheel of Time too. Yes, that would be another good example, good pick for her. Anyway, he's been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Yeah, surreal horror is probably my favorite kind. Like anything Lovecraftian, really. Like cosmic, surreal, that sort of thing that's the real horror. You know, I mean, like a guy with a knife. I mean, that's scary, but that's not like horror. That's just a thing that can kill you. Yeah. Give me the existential horror of the void. I hate horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Aw. Sayori saddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Okay. I am not cute. Alright, well, this is now Peridot. Natsuki has become Peridot, and I approve. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. Well, she's the... You wouldn't like them? Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how she feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we eat, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah! Let's do it! So we have the introvert, the tsundere, and the extrovert. Plus, now we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Might as well be talking to the Rock. At the end of the game, Minda, the character, finally gets a chance to look in the mirror, and it turns out they are a gem. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. The Moe Tsundere, yes. Hold on, there's still one problem. And that is... Now we're back on the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sarah may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at, and, lose my train of thought? Aww. You've made all of the girls sad, Minda. You suck. All four of the girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Look at this. Look at all these sad eyes, Minda. You can't say no to those eyes. Aww. I'm sorry, I thought. And, y'all... I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Ugh. Teenagers. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Yay! Yes, and then they all pop back up. Yay. Yes, I'm Zabi. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. You really just came... If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Excuse me. Hey Minda, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the clubhouse and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, whose head is cut off by my fit picture. Here, let me just shrink that a bit. That's right. What? I was waiting for the game to start to find a good place to put my face. And so might as well do that now. And this corner here by the chat looks like a good spot. And that looks like an unintrusive place to put it. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Alright. Okay, there we go. Natsuki. Yuri. And of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer with one of these girls. Which one? Which one? Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I am sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, so I guess it's about time to pick the girl. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. So now we have a question, which somebody asked in the middle of that last conversation. But which girl is the best girl? And I am... Ooh, welcome to the stream. We have not gotten to... We have only just started. We are writing the first poem. Okay, so let's see. Which girl is the best girl? Let's see, I kind of like Yuri. I always have a thing for, like, you know, the tall, dark, and creepy ones. And so I think I'm going to try to write a horror-y theme poem to appeal to Yuri, because I like her. Lulu's here with a very bad internet connection. Don't worry about it. Okay, so of the first set of words we have to choose, we have cage, whirlwind, laugh, remarriage, question, meter, silly, dark, and crimson. I'm gonna go with dark. Let's see. Let's do scars. And Crix has immediately started shipping Sayori with Natsuki. Alright then. Let's go with analysis or imagination. Let's go with analysis. Uncontrollable, fickle. Let's go with grief. Whoever bounces is the one who likes your word. Oh, I see. None of them like grief. No? No? Nope. She liked that one. Let's try entropy. Yep, she liked that one. Existence. Yes, knew she'd like that one. Hair, inferno, insight, climax, tenacious. Let's try insight. Okay, good. After you pick it, not during. Okay. Let's see, nimble, smart, pure. Horror. Oh, that's an easy one. Universe? Yay. Fear. Oh, actually, I like that one. Interesting. With infinite. Kawaii. Explode, determination, chocolate, romance. Death. No. It's like, listen, Sayori seems to have a darker streak than she's let on, because all of, like, the really dark choices have been the ones to make her bounce, like death and terror and whatnot. Interesting. There's something about this girl. Something about her. Yay, death! So, keeping my eye on Sayori. Something's up with that girl. Cheer, tears, shame. Tears! She cheered for tears. Okay, frightening, but got that one. Yay, death! Yay, tears! There's keep your eye on Sayori. There's something's up with her. Can see it already. Incongruent. Alone. She cheered for Alone. Doki Doki. That's definitely not her. Essence. Melancholy. Extraordinary. I'm almost afraid to click on Disown because I'm afraid to see who will bounce when to Disown. It'll probably be Sayori again. Let's go with Extraordinary. Oh, she liked Extraordinary. Okay. Heaven Sent. Requited. Peaceful. Of memories. And she liked that one. I think I got like 50-50 Yuri and Sayori with that. Hello again, Minda. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. Might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I was shooting for Yuri, but given what words Sayori seemed to like, I was a little intrigued by that, so if I get to find out what her deal is, I'll consider that a decent enough consolation prize. Back at the Literature Club. It's the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out. Thank you for keeping your promise, Minda. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Like he deserves any slack. Crick says they would have tried to pursue Monica. Interesting enough, Monica didn't have a little portrait in that section, so I think that this particular... Yeah, like Moo says, she didn't have a little picture in the corner there, so like, writing this poem does not help or hurt your chances with Monica. So that comes later, I suppose. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Now, that's good. You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the clubhouse, in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. She is adorable. Don't worry, guys. Minda always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sarah, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. That's so... Is that so? Two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little bit jealous. Hey, you and Minda can become good friends too. That's the hope. Sayori. Well, this just got awkward. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Ooh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, come on, don't do that to your introverted friend, Sayori. That's just rude. Yeah, not really. Don't be shy. Really nothing, is it? Aw. She's super embarrassed now. Her eye's not even visible. Her eye isn't even visible. So it made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. What do I do? Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Well, that was relatively smooth. I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I don't know, but she is, and I love it. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Yes, yes, you will. Bastard, you better... You suck up to Yuri like a good boy. Enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Social situation past. Well, you can read it at your own pace. Look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. Watching me. Watching you. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. She looks at me and her eyes meet for a split second. It only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. Just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Right? Uh-huh, I see. I do see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. She bought the book for you, you dumbass. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Whatever this game be... from the chat. When you said weird dating sim, I knew it was going to be this. Whatever this game becomes, it's got to be a doozy to take the title of first thing people think of when you say weird dating sim away from Hatoful Boyfriend. True. That is kind of the weirdest of weird dating sims. Basically, it's about this little girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of, it's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. This feels like foreshadowing. Foreshadowing! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Minda? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. I did. What do you mean you forgot? You just spent a whole night trying to write a poem appealing to those things? Idiot. She shows shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories... they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or they have their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Again, I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's cute when you're excited. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. Ooh. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Yeah, I've been there. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, alright? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. You know, alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Aw. That is reading with somebody else. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I'll open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Okay, I've totally been Yuri before. Like, Like, one time I was in the same room with someone when they were playing Undertale for the first time, and that was a thing. I'm like, had to consciously, like, back away to, like, not ruin stuff for them. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? Oh yeah, no, people are mentioning, Namco High, which was a weird dating sim with a bunch of Namco characters. But because it was also written by, Hussey, there are a few Homestuck characters in there as well. It still exists. Last I heard, like, it doesn't exist officially, but, like people... It's like there's a way to, like, pirate it, but that's the only way you can officially play that game anymore. Yes, you could date the ship from Galaga. But of course, everybody mostly just played that game for the Homestuck characters. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, aw, she's apologizing for apologizing. This is adorable. Yuri's adorable. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. All this is romantic as fuck is what this is. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Aww. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm. Oh, this is so cute. Yes. And holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. Think I got a bit distracted by a second there. Our eyes meet. Aww. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thank you. Aww. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it of my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. I'm gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Aww. It's not like she can... It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Aw, they're bonding. They're bonding. Minda. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh no, it's adorable, no! I don't mean that in a bad way! I didn't think you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. No. I guess I meant more that it's kind of cute. There you go. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Time to share today's poems. Oh, good. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Now, I wonder if this whole scene happened because of the way I wrote my poem. Or, like, if I had written the poem, like, and been shooting for a Natsuki, if we would have had a bonding moment with her instead. Sort of like a weird, you know, cause and effect that isn't necessarily strictly narrative-based, just be from, you know... Because, like, that would be the thing, right? Like, they would see that the player is going for Yuri, and so sets up this cute little moment with Yuri before you actually share the poem. But if you were shooting for Natsuki, it would have you have fun, you know, reading manga with Natsuki, I guess? I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. Stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into the bag. Did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes, I did. Relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we find someone to share with? Share with Yuri. Can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose-leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on composition in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Yeah, Monica's too perfect too. There's something dark with her too. Even if this game didn't open up with all sorts of warnings about how children and the easily disturbed should not play this, you know, this would be a warning sign right here. Monica is too perfect. There is something dark and spooky behind her. There's something dark and terrible in her past. Like, that's just kind of where this is going, I think. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, Yuri, obviously. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Good start. Good start. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh. He's going to hate me. No, I'm not. I love you. You're great. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Good question. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? It's a huge compliment coming from you. Yeah, it is. Especially since it's bullshit. This is actually my first time writing. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger around the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoughtfully. Thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to make a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The only result is that they are both weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everybody else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. How? Because she likes cute things. I totally did not write a cute poem. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining street light to withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Yeah, those LED streetlights really are terrible. That's what I got out of that poem. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. No, it's good. What? Wasn't thinking that at all. It took you a really long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty. It is very pretty. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. Glad you like it. Yay! I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Minda. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance it over after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in the world. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is more being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Even if I hadn't thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? Oh, it's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Minda. Yes, keep doing your best. Me too. Who's next? Let's see, Sayori will Sayori will apparently like this, for some reason. This is a good poem, Minda. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who should be writing poems in his spare time? Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Yes. Yep. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Minda. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here too, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Then alright, I'll hold you to that then. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you testing me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want breakfast. It's a lot brighter than her word salad prompts would have indicated. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. Still tried my best. Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. You wouldn't like me when I'm cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Huh. Well, let's see. Don't really know that it matters much at this point, but let's see what Natsuki thinks. She's probably not going to like it. Minda, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. You'll have to start somewhere, right? It's not my fault I was going for the dark and creepy stuff instead of the cutesy stuff. If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Ooh. Burn. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again? Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Huh. It's an interesting comment on humanity right there. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. She has my favorite poem, according to chat. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because. Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I get it. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight in the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? She's such a parrot. It's great. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Last one. Hi, Minda. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're doing everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, poetry sharing. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Minda. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job! I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? You don't say! I had no idea. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Saori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. So that's why things like death and tears hit her so hard, I guess. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Probably so. I never really asked, though. Should Sure, I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying lots of different things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. Love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. That'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way anyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Well, except for Yuri, who I'm absolutely trying to impress, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, her poem now. You sound very confident for someone who claims to not be very good. I like to sound confident. Yeah, this is raising all kinds of red flags. the all kinds of tragic backstory red flags, I mean. Has to sound confident even when she doesn't feel confident. It's just kind of perfect in every way. Yeah, this is... We're gonna find out some stuff about this girl one of these days. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall? Oh, this isn't a good start. Hole in wall? It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. God, I love how technology has advanced to the point where paper now has scroll bars you can just draw on. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say it was some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. That's your horoscope for today. Yay, 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 yay. That's your horoscope for today. Da 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 da. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Yeah, they're such opposites. Which is a little aggravating because I like them both, but they're opposites, so I can't really, like... Anything I do to, like, try to appeal to Yuri is gonna piss off Natsuki and vice versa. But I like them both, so that's kind of too bad. Oh well. What is with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Weird Al is doing a tour with original songs, no parodies. Well, that's interesting. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem returns to the poem on her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. Just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Minda did too. So based on that, I will gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Ooh! Oh! And Minda liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress your new member, Yuri. Oh dear. Uh-oh. That's not what I... Ooh, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. You're just jealous that Minda appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Oh no. Here we go. The shade? Yes, there's some shade getting thrown right about now. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice? Are you that full of yourself? No! I was full of myself. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh, oh, everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew her size. I beg her as soon as Minda started showing up. What? Oh! Whoa! Okay. This doesn't involve you. I don't like you guys. Suddenly both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh dear. She's just trying to make me look bad. I did not pat my bra. I refuse. That's not true. Oh dear. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. This wouldn't have happened in the first place. Oh no. It's why I'm making all your poems all convoluted for no reason. The bean should just jump out the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Minda. Well, wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Minda? Oh no. Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. With whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Let's see, agree with Nazi, agree with Yuri, and help me! And help! Help! Call in the cavalry! Sayori! No, I mean, I at this point, I'm locking it in. I'm going in for your, this play, I might have to, at this point, I think I'm going to end up playing this game multiple times, but I'm siding with Yuri on this one. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because somebody's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Well, in fairness, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here, but like Natsuki does have a good point that the way you write in school is not, well, like, good writing in school is not the same thing as good writing, period. And I have found that whenever I try to write anything, just, you know, in general, you kind of have to unlearn some tricks. Like, the biggest one probably is definitely essays with word length or page length. Like, okay, everybody, you need to write an essay that's 3 pages long. So, what do you do when you're told to do that? You gotta fill space. And writing an essay that fills space is not necessarily an essay that's going to, like, you know, that you're not going to get 3 pages of your best writing in the most well-stated way possible. You're just going to get 3 pages, and you're going to fill out the qualifications of the assignment, and that's what the teacher's going to get. And you kind of have to unlearn how to do that and just sort of find your own writing style after school, and that can be a bit of a challenge. You have to pad your essay like a bra to make it look bigger. Thanks for that. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. So yeah, fuck minimum and maximum word counts. Yeah, maximum word counts are just as bad as minimum word counts. They're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem was cute. She does not like being called cute, even though she is adorable, which is... Yeah, I know. But she is, though. Look at her! She's adorable! I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Ugh. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. Aw. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Yeah, it is bad. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash. Aww. Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now? No. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think anything any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Minda, you're too kind. Thankful to have you as part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I'll never do anything so shameful. So, what did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea. Yes, good idea. The player character is actually pretty smooth in this game. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah, like the player character did like do their level best to like even with the dialogue option of side with Yuri, the player character was very fair to Natsuki and like really did try to resolve that conversation, you know, peacefully. It wasn't just I'm agreeing with Yuri because I want to bang her, you know. It wasn't at all crass like that. It was very fair, very fair. It's about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It's a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Minda, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It's a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I'll be able to do a better job of impressing those that I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Minda! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Truly has been a while since Sayori and me spent so much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? Oh dear, no. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. That's because they both like me for some reason. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. You can see why they make good friends with you. Now they're fighting because there's a bully in the club. You know, Minda, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. Hey, that's nice. Every day is going to be so much fun. Until the horror starts. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. Yay. Alright. So, let's see. Time for another poem. Let's go with Vivacious. Let's say Uncanny. Frightening. So, you know, still going hard on Yuri. Hey, Hachi. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Eternity, I think she'll like. Intellectual. There's this own again. Ooh. Yuri was pleased with me choosing the word disown. That seems, seems slightly alarming. That's extraordinary. Starscape. Wonder if it like punishes you for choosing the same words multiple times, because I've seen the same words pop up a couple times now. Childhood would probably help Sayori. Sayori likes the word grief. What is even more alarming, King Boo? Doki Doki. An alarm? Ba-dum-bum. She actually liked Night Gown. Cute. And unrequited. So yeah, I got Yuri to like about 3/4 of those, so that was good. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Minda. Hey, sorry. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Yeah, the way the little chibi sprites hop up and down when you write the poem is pretty cute. Speaking of which, I'm hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Yeah? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Yeah? What is this all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Only 2 small coins fall out. Sarah was trying to get you to buy her lunch. I knew it. I can see right through you. That's not fair. How would you even know? It's simple. We had enough money in the first place and you would have brought a snack before coming to the clubhouse. So either you're not hungry and wanting an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. There's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Sherlock Holmes over here. I like this protagonist. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. Oh, it's fine. Something in my book. Yuri. Tell Minda to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that. Besides, she'll only buy what you can responsibly afford. Frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Oh. I really like when you speak your mind. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. She's got a little bit of the spirit of vengeance within her. There's no way you could think that. Yeah, you're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution? That! Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But... You wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Yeah? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. Was that? Eh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Natsuki with the rescue cookie. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you to throw a cookie in my face. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Revenge! Good thing the cookie didn't break when it was thrown at her head. You're going through a lot over just one cookie? Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate! Yeah, why do I think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm happy that you shared this one with me. You know, I'll bet if things had gone better with Natsuki on the first day, she would have shared this cookie with me. I think Natsuki is going to be my second playthrough girl. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Crix, what was it you were saying earlier about how you ship these two? Because I think there's some shipping fuel here. There's some shipping fuel here, and it keeps on coming. Sayori gets out of her seat behind Natsuki. Natsuki then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it! Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. It was a ruse! A distraction! She was just after the cookie. She was flirting just to get the cookie. That temptress. Did you seriously just do that? The last time this happened, this was what caused me... This isn't helping stop. Mouth forced, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. You're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. It is interesting. Where is Monica anyway? And why hasn't Monica shown up in the poetry? Like, Monica doesn't have, once again, did not have a little chibi sprite during the poetry writing session, so is she like exclusively a New Game Plus girl? Is that how that works? Like, you have to play through the game once before you even have the option of getting her? Because, like, I know that's a thing, right? You know, like, you have to play through all of the other paths in the game before you're allowed access to this other secret one. That might be what's going on with her. Ah, well. I mean, don't tell me. Like no spoilers, but, you know. Good question. Where is she? Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. It's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Yeah? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised if she has a date. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's absolutely not true. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all? I love how Saori just, like, once she's on a train of thought, she just keeps going with it to an unusual degree, and it's kind of adorable. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind. What held you up, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. There's more to this story. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. There's something more to this story. Makes no sense. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. Must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? It wasn't a word you played music as well. I don't really. Just kind of started recently. Always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Minda. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In any case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Just some girl-on-girl action. I chose to leave out Saori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Saori somehow finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back in her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. Eh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Oh yes, this is again... not at all. Tea and a book. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. Fallen watches as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? And like, is Natsuki still in the closet? Is she like hiding underneath the tea set reading manga while all this is happening? I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll get some water. The way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? I'll be right back. I may as well walk with you. Yes, do it. Good boy. Why not? Shall we go then? Yes, we shall. Yay. Where are you two off to? On a date to get some water? The romantic high school date of walking to the water fountain. Okay. We're just... Yuri's gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. So I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Ooh! Yuri got her, Yuri got decisive all of a sudden. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping Minda in club activities? Eh? Oh! My mouth agape. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go. Don't cock block me, bitch. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. She suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Oh, it's okay. Just something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? Oh, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's not right for Monica to judge people like that. Minda, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify everything in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. Ah, yes. They're bonding! They're bonding! What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Minda, I really like being friends with you. It's been 2 days! This is going well. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I kind of feel awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Do you like oolong tea? It's alright. Sure. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. Is it short and stout? You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. Shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Is the player character dateable because I could see plenty of people wanting to? Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. Dating yourself? That would be weird. She even starts humming. Oh, that's adorable. You must be in a good mood now. I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided I would try expressing myself a bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. Hey. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great. Just don't push yourself too much. Hey, she's coming out of her shell! This is going well. This is going well for now. It's very endearing. It wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Would you pour a cup of tea for each of us? I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? All this is going to be cute. It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. That's so. Wonder why that is. It's most likely because my... Ah? Huh? Hmm? Hmm? Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! Posture! Definitely posture and not having anything to do with... with some sort of physical trauma that may have happened in the past. I have a terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. I'll go ahead and get the book. Retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolates as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. Oh, please show us the picture of this. This sounds cute as fuck. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other, because there's no desk in the way. I can't see too well. Yuri sides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Only with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Oh, she's noticed. She's just, you know, letting you stew and enjoying herself. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. Put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. I briefly let go of the fish. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Okay, sure. Well, if I touch it, I might get smudges on the page. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already focused on reading again. Then I take another chocolate. I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation were completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I play. Aww, that's a cute. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just? Yuri looks at me like actually needs to confirm what just happened. Did that really just happen? Did I really do something this adorable without noticing it? Minda. Sorry. I guess I should have done that. That's... well... You were just helping. This is something that friends do, right? Right? I mean... not really in this kind of context, but... yeah, sure. This is a perfectly normal, friendly thing to do. That's all it was. Yeah. And... you don't need to stop or anything. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. I can tell by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. By this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? You wrote a couple of very cute poems. Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. Notice her chest rising and falling with the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. like before. Yuri pursed her lips, but it's different this time. Take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. Feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay! Monica is just the cock blocker in chief, apparently. Okay. Alright. Okay, poetry time! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Minda, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yes, of course. Okay. The spell is broken. Like a pitcher of ice water. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. It's like, well, Yuri, obviously. Let's see what you've written for today. Up. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Minda. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kinds of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job of explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. She's not used to having people, like, take her advice seriously, I guess? Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess? Oh, you're so freaking cute. Probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Mm-hmm. Oh. I only write for myself. Oh. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Oh, they wouldn't. Do you really think that? Oh. Huh. Even your close friends? Hmm. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway. Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah. I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. Whoa, this is a bit... It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the skulling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary or unordinary human. I give the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in my eyes of the raccoon friend of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten used to each other. The raccoon becomes... Why do I want to pronounce raccoon so weirdly? The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood classic Pavlovian condition. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. What does it mean? What does it mean? Yeah, if I take it at face value, I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. What does it mean? Moo in chat. What does it mean? I know what it means. I'm sure Moo does. That worries me. I'm a little worried because Moo knows where this is going and I don't. And I'm scared. Alright. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Minda? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Ugh. I might be ranting a little bit now. Also, hello, Skylord. I'm glad to see that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Minda. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. Aw. They're bonding! It's nothing really. Yuri smiles. Serenely at me. Sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seemed to disappear. Alright, who's next? Let's see. Natsuki's gonna hate it. Wonder what Monica thinks. Hello again, Minda. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece? I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. Okay. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering about you. Have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? You could say that. I guess so. Can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way I can describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on in her head. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on inside that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Oh no, of course not. Just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstand. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, what? What? No! No! Alright, well, we'll have to burn this bridge when we cross it. Wait, really? Oh, a fictional one? Okay. Okay. I can... A husbando I can compete with. I can handle that. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Well, I know. Just saying. But anyway. Want to read my poem now? Okay, let's see it. Alright, here we go. Save me, Jesus Christ! The last one was about... Monica's last poem was about her being trapped in a hole in the wall. And today's poem is titled Save Me. Like, I really want to find out what her deal is. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. And then there's Load Me. Interesting. Interesting use of space there. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Mm-hmm. I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. Yes. The way I wrote these lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know what might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. What the... Did Monica glitch out? What the hell was that? Monica.exe seems to have run into an error. Alright, well. Alright. Oh! I like this one, Minda. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. It's not very helpful, you know? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. Yeah, me neither. That's why I just gotta go with my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah. Me neither! Why don't you at least give it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Smad. Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are real. Things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give that rain cloud a little hug. And make it a happy rainbow. That's unexpectedly poetic. Maybe I'm being better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Minda. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright, excuse me. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put that bottle on this shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off of my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time eclipsing. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. Holy crap. Thank you, player character Minda. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this. I mean, I kind of did, but I've been following the hints that there's a dark side to this girl. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings lately, and your feelings are about how, like, you try to make your friends happy and you can't, and all of your happy thoughts end up in shards on the floor. That's a little grim. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. No, you're not. Minda, player character Minda and I are like actually in sync on this one. This is great. I love it. the point is it came out good, so you should be proud of it. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. Helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. I suppose that's good. I suppose that is good. Hope you keep it up. Yay! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it, like, no more than a week later. Wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me not to be hard for me to be pessimistic. Last one. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. Well, I didn't expect you to. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it until you really don't suck at it, unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Oh, Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me, yeah? You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? Oh no. What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean Oh no! Oh, she's like actually jealous of Yuri that you're going after Yuri. That's... Ooh. Looks like I'm in trouble. Somehow struck a nerve. Though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, if everyone would come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? The festival! Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Well, like we can put together anything good in just a couple of days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That was a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. I'm going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been preparing posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yes, we're going to have a poetry performance! Each of us is getting to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring the poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? I don't. I think it's fun. It's not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. They're so different and yet so the same in some ways. Imagining that Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud in front of a room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of the club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people will perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. It's those reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting the poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. Guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Ooh. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone's expectant faces. Don't worry. Do it for Minda. You can do it. And that's everyone. Sort of. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine. But anyway, to move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Says Sayori and Minda at the same time. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Both words have come up as prompts before in the poetry writing bit. I think I've chosen them, in fact. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she so suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quavering voice transforms into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. And glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation, again. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we don't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. That was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. It's like, okay. It's like, I've had my extroverted moment for the day. I'm done. Introvert out. I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of the mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it comes out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe that's what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Yay! Good job, Sayori. Even Minda liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be what other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours with that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Or that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. That might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. You don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Minda. It's not like I can compare it to you guys anyway. Might as well let Minda lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Ooh, I have gotten on the wrong side of Peridot. Don't worry. I'll make you happy in the next playthrough. I promise. That's key. It's fine. Might as well get it over with. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Okay, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're in front of the room. Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little enthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. Better not make me do it again. Well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends... it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... I guess in that case, you won't have to worry so much about the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead what you'll be reciting. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. Always pleasantly surprised when I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting it all your effort into this club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait! Yay! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica, and I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always getting home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Have two more shippers on deck. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be nice, though. Well... How am I supposed to respond to that? Yuri's jealous of Sayori. It's okay, Minda, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go, already? Walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot has already changed. But today, Sayori is being a bit quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... She fumbles for her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Sayori sees what's going on here. What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here? Well, we're in for a penny, in for a pound, right? Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Since she's so beautiful and smart... It has nothing to do with what I just said. Aha! You admitted it! There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Oh. Need you? Sayori. Oh. Can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now? Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you? If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. Can't just lie to her. If there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, this is actually where I'm going to stop for the night, I think. I mean, we got through 2 days, and it's been about 3 hours or so. So I'm going to stop, eat dinner, and then I'll be back to streaming, but not this. I'll be streaming Homestuck later. So I'm just going to save my game. Empty slot her. Yay. Okay, return. And I guess that's going to be it for the night. No point in really standing on ceremony. Those of you who are going to stay around for Homestuck, I will see you in about a half hour or so. When do I think I'll come back to this? I'll try to come back tomorrow. Like probably try to stream around like it's 8 o'clock right now, so like 4 or 5 o'clock is when I'll try to start streaming tomorrow night. We'll just have to wait and see how that works. So this is going to be it for today. I'll try to upload this at some point, and if not, well, whatever. This was kind of an oddball thing. This might not end up on my YouTube page. Either way, though, I will be back to streaming this game again tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, rather. And then, yeah, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.